short on for building another settler is some tools, so I'll keep him in the colony for the moment, and I'll go get some tools here not too long. I'm picking up the evangelist that was spawned by De La Casas in Pearly Gates, as well as 300 gunpowder. Gonna take those dudes over to Fort Cod to drop off the gunpowder. After that, the evangelist, I'm probably gonna sail him down maybe to Imataka right here. And that ends our turn, except for our gold purchase. So let's figure out what we'd like to do. We have 20,000 gold to spend. It's quite a lot. You know what? I would like that roaster, not 2,000 gold. Master roasters right now, they go for 2,800. Okay, that would be more reasonable then. I'm kind of thinking of setting up some coffee plantations. To do that, I'd be buying some expert coffee planters here in Africa, and maybe buying a caravel here. Let's see what the price is in comparison to Europe. Nah, Europe is way cheaper. I'd have to specifically send somebody to Africa to go pick them up, and they're really pricey if you buy them from here. So maybe not that choice. I think now is the time that we get as many elder statesmen as humanly possible, and get them in every single slot that we can find. So I got one spot in Pearl Harbor, one spot in Mother of Pearl, one spot in Brown Cow, so that's 3 I think. Let's try and get 3 elder statesmen if we can. Alright, there we go, 3 elder statesmen. The powder maker to get off the boat, and then instead the statesman will get on to this boat. First place I need to go is probably going to be Pearl Harbor. I kind of realized that sitting on one spot is a little unreasonable when I have so many ships just moving around everywhere. That means that I should just patrol everywhere. Which does mean I need more military ships, but I need more of everything. Yep, off to Pearl Harbor with you. We have 7,500 gold. We could buy some goods for domestic sale. Maybe some cigars. Nah, let's just go back as is. You got a political refugee that I set up in Mother o' Pearl. He'll have to end up getting moved on to some other settlement eventually once you get a town hall. Now this evangelist, what do I want to do? Where do I want to send him exactly? I could try really hard to keep the mixed tech on our good side for as long as possible. But they're already leaning, well, they're not leaning angry, but they're close to it. And as we start colonizing these lands more, which I'm going to do, they're going to become more and more threatened by our presence. A French caravel was spotted near our eastern borders, so hello there. This coastal ship must have actually escaped last time. Let's see if you have anything on you. Oh my goodness. That's not that much, but it's something. A haul is a haul. And we'll go hang out in this unfavorable wind for defensive cover. Alright, so the hemp colony is going to go right here. It'll have access to fruit, plenty of food from the ocean, the hemp, and some other tiles for food production, whatever else I decide to do with it. Below that, we need something down here, but ideally not in the marsh. The savanna here is safe to settle. So I could settle right there, and then I want to settle something the coastline ideally, but there's no space in between us. So if I settle right here, I don't think anybody can ever access the coal unless I could settle somewhere here, but all of this is unhealthy terrain, and it's not coastal, so it would be, I think, immediately unhealthy. I think we just focus on a western settle somewhere between the peat and the timber here, probably on the plains next to the lake, and this is fog on a lake. That gives a lot of food. If we settle right here, we can reach the fruit. We can also have plenty of bloodwood trees for, it's called logwood. I'm not sure exactly what logwood is for, if it has any higher level goods that require it, or if it's like rubber. I think rubber is one of those that it doesn't go anywhere. And yeah, by settling these colonies here, no one will ever reach the peat, which sucks. I need to just destroy this colony right here. It's in a very, I don't like that spot. Okay, I get why they settled it. They can reach a lot of iron eventually. But man, I would have gone probably one north, one northeast right here. reach the gems, coal, deer, iron, then you're really set. Got about 1,700 gold that I can spend. I'm thinking about maybe getting that master roaster. Alternatively, we could go for just a free colonist or a master blacksmith. I like the idea of the master blacksmith, but of course for the roaster or the blacksmith we need to make either a higher level building or an entirely new set of buildings. And the free colonist we could turn into a missionary or start training him up to do something else. Could send him to learn expert fishing with Yadzoku. No, I kind of like that idea for this free colonist here that I don't know what to do with exactly. Not the one that is going to be a hemp planter, but I got another one here that's just been standing around. Could send him on a little journey. I need to actually rename him. Send to fish train. There we go. Because I really need, like, I think we're increasing our hammer productiveness pretty effectively. We're getting a lot of carpenters, a lot of master carpenters, and we're going to be getting lumber mills pretty soon. I think we're going to want more food income. Try to grow faster. Or, yeah, let's see what our overall food production is at the moment. We're only at plus 12. I want that higher. So yeah, we need to focus that guy to become a fisherman. In consideration of that, let's pick up a free colonist. I cannot get anybody else. I don't want to go below 6,000. We'll stay right there. So I just dropped off the gunpowder and Fort Cod, and we're actually overloaded on our storage. So we really have to go with a storage house after the courthouse. And I need to pull something else out of here. Maybe I need to have the caravel wait just a moment until we get enough guns on hand to make a militia out of this indentured servant. So the caravel will just have to hang around for a little while. Or just switch out. Well, either way, he'd have to hang around. So yeah, that's fine. Alright, we are in position. So this is our first inland settlement. So the king is telling us that there's no ocean access. We have to build wagon trains to move goods to a port. And from there, ship them back to Europe. Are we sure we want to settle there? Yes. And yeah, they want to get a little bit of gold for their land. When you and yours came to our land, worn down and hungry, we received you as our guests. But you have not moved on. You take the fruits of this world, kill our game, cut down our forest. You owe 718 gold to pay us for our suffering. Yep, I'll pay it this time. I don't want to upset her at the moment. Now this city is going to be called, let's call it Chrome Dome. We're going to access possibly the iron here if we can get to it before, well, we should get to it before the Spanish, the silver, and have plenty of disgusting wetlands to live in. You know, and actually, let's call this New Orleans. Let's call it Shreveport. Yeah, let's call it Shreveport. That's a city in Louisiana, a state in the United States of America. What are we going to build first? Well, can't build a pier, which sucks, even though we're on a lake. It's kind of funny because if you're connected to a ocean tile, you build a pier, the pier even applies to the lake. So that really supercharges lakes. I think we're going to go with a village hall. We've got an indentured servant here on a merchantman that I can get off the boat and have him produce some lumber. That is what he's most ideal for, actually, hardwood or lumber production. Anything else, he's because we do have a pretty significant lumber deficit in Mother of Pearl since we never had access to it in the first place. Now this evangelist though, he is a little bit more special. I'd like to take him over to Fort Cod and link up with the other evangelist and then set up multiple missions in one area. Or I could target the mixed tech, try to keep them happy. I think we target the mixed tech, try to keep them happy. Hey, one of our privateers got a promotion. Might want to go with ship carpenter, but it'd probably be smarter to go with something that makes him stronger. I think just straight up veteran 3 is going to be what we go with, because chances are eventually we're going to start running into frigates and things like that. And I'd like to have at least somewhat of a chance, instead of no chance whatsoever. Now I will say that one thing that the AI does is that the AI does not really build very many buildings. Whenever you take an AI colony, you're going to get a lot of colonists doing jobs that they're not specialized for. The only reason the AI is like really capable at this difficulty is they get a lot of bonuses. So they can pretend to play like a player, basically. Unless, of course, the enemy AI is actually that good, but I don't think I've seen them build very many buildings, but I could be wrong. Could be wrong. Maybe I'm misremembering. Anyway, we have the gods answer. Shall we kill all the settlers? This is what you wanted to know, says the blind old man in a brittle voice. I asked the gods. This is their answer. Tensely, the native council members lean forward. As the oracle continues, the sound of a steely voice, cutting like a sword through the reverent silence, is riveting. Cut off this snake's head, and 3 new heads will grow back. Cast the serpent into the fire, and 5 new serpents will swim out of the sea to crawl into your midst. Serve the snake and feed it, and it will lay 10 eggs. Your actions and inactions are irrelevant to the future of this world. Pretty much. A lot of that was unfortunately down to disease in the beginning, which really weakened the natives. Like 90% of the population died. Everything that happened as a result was pretty much related to that. Like, had the natives not died in such massive numbers, they would have been a much more difficult, it would have been a lot harder to colonize them, basically. And it's entirely possible that we'd have like a Native American India in a sense, but probably many different Native American nations. It would be interesting to see. Anyway, we built a village courthouse in Hammerstruck. What do we want next? Maybe a storehouse. Yeah, we need a storehouse. Storehouse is going to help with crime by increasing our maximum storage capacity. The closer you get to that, the more crime you get. Let's pick up the powder maker, free colonist. Got 1600 gold at the moment. Not sure if I want to spend it. Let's wait until the end of the turn and decide then. We got the colonial militia armed from the indentured servant with the swapperoo. We're very close to our cap for cargo and Fort Cod, unfortunately. I don't think I'm too worried about that though. I'm more concerned about this evangelist and I'm more concerned about the evangelist and getting him somewhere good, which is probably going to be mixed tech. I'm going to try for new to new over there. And then this particular colonial militia is going to be very special. They are going to receive the Great General. Alright, West India man with the colonial distiller, get off the boat. Expert miner, I don't know. You know, other than the iron ore deposits that we have, we're a little bit short on ore sources. I guess I could just have dropped them off in Hammerstruck and then mined the surrounding hills. That would make sense. But I kind of want to use the wetland hills for goats. But then I could use the savanna hills for ore. So that would be 2 expert miners. That makes sense. The expert farmer, however, cannot go there really. I'd rather have a rice farmer work that tile. I think I'll go ahead and I'll have the farmer work here. Why not? We'll take those miners back over to Hammerstruck. Fort Cod is unfortunately unhappy now that I added that farmer, so I need to back off of that. I think I do want him here though. Alright, we got 2,600 gold to spend. I think I'd like to pick up the free colonist. And then I can't spend any more money on immigration at least. But I could get something else, like a free colonist to train as a fisherman. I like that idea. Free colonist to train as a fisherman. Send this dude on down to Pearl Harbor first. Leaves us with 1,800 gold remaining. I think we're just going to... no. Let's just buy another free colonist. And we'll... that's below 6,000. It'll be okay. It's highly unlikely that after the end of this turn that we'll need 6,000 gold. Well, at the beginning at least, I mean. I got the mine on the silver built. I think I want to road back to Hammerstruck from here. I could just go build the mine on the ore deposits immediately. Yeah, let's just go build the ore deposits immediately. Well, the Mixtec are at war with the Spanish again. Interesting. Now, there aren't any Carib left over here that are near this ore deposit that should be threatening us anymore. And now I get to use the Great General on the indentured servant and make him one hell of a badass. I kind of want to see if he becomes a veteran on his own, because Medic requires veteran 1. So I'm going to give him a turn and see if it's experience that determines whether or not a person becomes a veteran, or battles. It might also be promotions though. Alright, first mixed tech mission success. You know what? I got so many issues with happiness and law. I think those free colonists, they gotta be not fishermen, but lawyers and harlots. They gotta learn how to do those jobs. So in consideration of that, this dude that was gonna be a fisherman, I'm gonna make him a entertainment person, I think. Because entertainment should fix our crime problem. Oh, no it didn't, because we added somebody. Man, entertaining is it's a hard job. What if we just make you a lawyer? The law is fixed at least. I think judge is the better thing to do, and you really need seductive harlots to be entertainers, at least with a tavern. If you get a strong enough entertainment building, like I think as you get saloons, it makes more sense to have entertainers. But the first one, it's very hard to get enough happiness from it. This hemp colony dude, no, he's got too much experience as a hemp planter. I can't blow that off. Right, ore miners, get off the boat and hammerstruck. Do I want them doing their job right now? That depends on the total production of our ore. Right now we're at -2 for ore actually, so yes indeed I do want one of them to do their job. However, there's not enough food on hand in Hammerstruck. And oh my goodness, we need to ship in a lot of food here. I really need those fishermen. But I need the judges and I need the harlots. We have a dangerous wild animal. Oh my goodness, dangerous wild animal scaring the citizens of Pearly Gates. They want our help. Well, if we had guns, we could do a settler militia, but we don't have any of those. For 1500 gold, we get an expert hunter, or we can get 3 turns with disorder in Pearly Gates, which I don't want to do. I do not want to do that. So I'll spend the money and get an expert hunter. It's one of those situations that you really want some money available. Yes, so it is experience indeed. The indentured servant went straight to veteran infantry soldier. Very good. Now give me surgeon 3. In addition to that, we should do something like leadership. Maybe should have gone with bayonet, but I think leadership is a good choice. This dude, I would like him to join up with the primary military over here. I'm just gonna have to move slowly, but we should be okay. The area was clear along the way, but this is a large river, so the natives could cross, but they should be afraid at this point. Alright, I got 6 people standing outside Fort Cod. I need them to get to work. One of y'all needs to do his job farming, please. Picker, please also do your job because you produce fruit and food. And then I need some law. That fixes my law, but I cannot fix my happiness problem here without... I guess I need to start investing in buying some more goods from my colonies. But I need a tavern after the storage house. I need that storage house just because I need... This is like a coal or gunpowder storage depot plus guns. So I need a lot of storage space. I'm just gonna have to deal with the unhappiness for now. Just let it be. If I could pull one of these dudes, I could pull the expert farmer. But that does produce most of the food. Let's pull the fruit picker and see what that does for us. Still at -2 unhappiness. Yeah, we just need to build more stuff up. Let's just say screw it. Put you to work. Let's see if we can get the distillers doing their job. Nope. Too much crime. I think we're just gonna push through it. We're gonna accept the unhappiness, accept the crime. What happens, happens. I want my people getting to work here. Alright, our geese have arrived in Brown Cow, and we can start growing some geese. Not very many, but it's something. And yeah, we're starting to have some food problems. We're gonna go super hard on food specialists from Europe for a little while. Try to fix these issues. You know, we're having enough issues with food. I think I'm gonna go and buy food from the natives. Alright, storage house in Brown Cow is done. I'd like to probably get a dock next, because we're gonna have more food production from the oceans as soon as we can get some expert fishermen doing their thing. Incan's upset about us opening borders with Portuguese. Too bad. I don't care. Yeah, we need to screw the reserve of gold that we have right now and just spend it. We need farmers and we need fishermen. Alright, so the Portuguese are a major issue. I need to slow them down as much as humanly possible. In my opinion, oh my goodness, they've destroyed a lot of the villages already. In my opinion, so selling guns to this village is going to be important. And then selling some guns to the Incans is going to help over here. Yeah, the Morisca are big guys, we need to get them plenty of weaponry. We need to get them horses as well. Wait, what if I sold them artillery? Can natives use artillery? I don't think natives can use artillery. That would be funny though. That'd be really funny. Waste the money buying the artillery if they're not gonna buy it. You know what, I do have so much gold on hand that another galleon would be faster at spending it all. Because I've got even more gold coming in and just a gigantic, super long train of money coming from every direction, even from down south. There's some down south as well. I think we need another galleon, but I also need farmers. But if I get the galleon, I can spend the money faster. 9,000 gold might be worth it to get my money sooner. Alright, we got the Elder Statesman here to slot into Pearl Harbor. That's going to be a very nice increase to our Liberty Bell production. And an expert peat and clay cutter. Well, we're unhappy, but I'm not sure I can do much about the unhappiness. The fact of the matter is, we have a very large number of colonists. Pretty sure, yeah, look at these other... Even the Portuguese aren't nearly as populous as us. I think I should probably have the peat and clay cutter work here in Pearl Harbor. I would like him to eventually work over at a colony that makes use of this clay resource, but that is going to be quite some time. I haven't even planned out our settlement of the interior over here. Alright, that's going to have to be enough for me. Hopefully there's no black screen in my recording, but I'll be back for y'all in just a moment. Alright, I'm back for a little bit more recording. Might be able to get some more in later today though. You know, really going to, or at least I've been thinking about it, doing a playthrough of Victoria 3 in the new 1.5 patch. Probably once they get the, it's a little bit scary. If that military is potentially coming for me from the Spanish, probably be once they get the army bug fixed in Victoria 3, where if you have a front line, yeah, or maybe he's going against the mixed tech, where we have a front line and you win a battle, your allies can have like 3 units and attack a enemy force of like 100, and they can lose that battle and then lose a lot of the territory that you just gained. Oh, we're actually having storage issues in Fort Cod. Right, we don't have the storage house built yet. I should probably actually rush that. Yeah, let's get that done ASAP so we don't lose any valuable materials. We've already lost some gunpowder, which was painful. We got our evangelist in new to new. Hopefully we'll get that mission set up without any issues whatsoever. And it looks like we did indeed get that mission set up. We have everything we need for the hemp colonist to become a settler, so I'm going to do that now. I'll probably end up just sending him to walk to settle the other colony over here. I can probably get him a ride somewhere. We've also got an expert sugar planter that we want to do something with. I'd really like for her to go, actually I'd like for her to go down to Shreveport to eventually work the sugar right there. So we'll send her on her way. I'm going to go ahead and hurry the storage house here for 264 gold and some of my lumber. And I'm going to start working immediately on a tavern, I think, after that, in order to get our happiness higher in Hammerstruck. We could also supply some domestic goods to try to increase the happiness. It'd be better if we could get some actual treaties with our other Europeans so that we could actually have some more happiness through treaties, but we can't still. Some of these dudes that just don't want to talk. Like, Spain I don't want to work with, and the Dutch don't want anything to do with us at the moment. We got the stable done in the pearly gates. Let's consider what we would like to do after that. I think our best bet is probably going to be to push towards a town hall into a lumber mill here. Yeah, let's go with that. We'll go for town hall next. I dump all this delicious money right here. Get a bunch of cash. We got a free colonist. He's probably going to learn to be a renowned judge. Expert fisherman to do expert fishing somewhere. Probably going to pick up some more free colonists if I can get away with it, so that they can serve as renowned judges. Because I don't need a lot of law and order, but I do need some. Yeah, it looks like I need really 2 of them. So let's grab the free colonist. We might want to pick up an actual renowned judge. I think for now let's just pick up the colonist. This ship will get sent directly over to Pearly Gates. I'm gonna swap the political refugee and Mother of Pearl for a elder statesman, although I don't think it makes a difference. Yeah, it does not immediately make a difference, so I'll probably take those elder statesmen over to some town halls somewhere else. Hopefully Hammerstruck. Hammerstruck doesn't have a town hall yet, that's true. Yeah, the Spanish are attacking the mixed deck. That really sucks. We might end up losing our missions here. Yeah, let's take these elder statesmen. We'll supplant the Fort Cod political refugee with an elder statesman, and we'll also put an elder statesman in Brown Cow. We'll probably push that political refugee over to Threadbare eventually. So this refugee can stay here, but the one in Fort Cod is gonna have to go. Looks like I think it was a failed trader working in Hammerstruck, finally became a master carpenter, so we can get him installed. Then we can develop Hammerstruck faster than before. Alright, it is September 1568, and I'm actually kind of split on what to do. I've been thinking about what to do with my money at the end of the turn here, and I wanted to kind of get maybe some seductive harlots, but I think the baseline issue that we have right now is actually food. You know, total production is only +6 food at the moment, so I think I could go with, I've got one expert fisherman coming in to work the fish right here, but then I want all these lakes getting worked, so I want 3 expert fishermen working these lakes as well to start generating a bunch of food. I think as the English, because we've gone so hard on cross production, we have such a huge glut of immigrants that we are reasonably struggling with our law and order and our happiness. Like our health, food is the #1 thing, and then health, and then happiness, and then law and order. Because unhappiness can create, well no, it might be law and then unhappiness. Well, these two kind of intermingle, they feed on each other, basically. But we're good on health, we have plenty of medics. We just need food, I think. So I'm gonna buy as many expert fishermen as I can possibly buy at the moment. And I think I'm going to disregard, I'm gonna try to leave 1,500 gold for events. We have 2,825 gold, managed to get 2 expert fishermen. I think after we do the town halls, we need to start thinking about trying to set up some educational facilities. We'll keep this gold on hand, and just in case of events. Hey, we got a master blacksmith wanting to emigrate to the colonies, very good. Our biggest issue right now is, I'm thankful the Spanish are turning around. My biggest issue right now with tool production would be getting the ore that we need. Also, the happiness of our cities. And the distinct lack of food. We have devastation for a good cause. A wistful ache constricts your heart as the evening twilight slants across the clearing. This primeval forest with its ancient trees is magnificent, a true monument to the power of the heavenly Lord who created this new world with all its wonders. Was what you commanded your men to do pleasing to God? Many board feet of wood have been felled here, and not just in this forest. Up and down the coast, loggers have cut a path of destruction through nature on your behalf. You shake your head and smile grimly. It is not the trees that are your responsibility, but the settlers. If you want to build cities, you need wood, and you can't make an omelet without breaking eggs. This is probably related to how many expert lumberjacks we have working at the moment. Yeah, we have 8 lumberjacks total. That was that event. By the way, we're making an absolute killing on our coffee. So we bought it for 8 in Africa, and just a moment ago it was selling for like 22 or 24 in one of these cities. But then the unhappiness dropped. Oh yeah, 3 domestic demand in mother of pearl with a domestic price of 24. That's because we have a huge amount of happiness here. We might want to move some of our native slaves over to mother of pearl and install our hunters and whatnot to keep them from running away. That's something that I need to consider deeply. Our people are in position east of Kerry. Somehow they got an actual ranger. That's really impressive. First thing we need to do is we're going to need to bombard their defenses. They are on a wetland hill, so they'll have some natural defensive bonus no matter what. They also have the plus 20% strength in wetlands for their ranger at least. And then I think their actual... Oh, there's a native mercenary in here too, okay. I think their actual braves, they get plus 45%, so the fight won't be super easy. But it shouldn't be too hard with all of our bonuses that we have. Yeah, we're still going to absolutely destroy them. We have no chance of death at all. Get wrecked. Got them. Let's see what our odds are now. Looks like the infantry cannot actually get in, though.